Alright everyone, today I'm going to show you the unboxing of the Sony Walkman E series. This is the 8GB version. It's relatively old. So I just wanted something real simple to replace the one that I've been using because I'm very satisfied with the performance of it. And I am not an Apple person. I hate iPods. I really dislike iTunes and any Apple software really, like QuickTime, any of that. So if you're like me or you're just looking for an alternative for the iPod, Walkman is definitely the way to go. Alright, so we have I'm not really sure what that is. Here's a quick start guide. It's going to teach you how to sync it up to your PC, and you don't have to use Windows Media Player. A lot of people don't like Windows Media Player. You can use any program really that recognizes an MTP device, like QuickTime, or not QuickTime, excuse me, Winamp. And there's a few others out there. I can post that in the video. Looks like this is just talking about the audio technology in here. Which, by the way, Walkmans do have a noticeable difference in quality when you compare them to other players, including the iPod. It's just a phenomenal quality, and I did purchase some of Sony's cutting edge. These are not sound cancelling headphones. They're made from steel, and the sound quality is great on them. They're the best buds on the market, I think, that do not have sound cancelling. They're just stereo headphones, and that's what I've been using. You can see the headphones that came with this E-series are pretty crappy. I mean, they're very generic bud headphones, and they're probably still better than the ones that come with the iPod because those are atrocious. I won't be using these, and I recommend that if you're looking to buy some good headphones, you do not try to use the ones that come with standard MP3 players these days. It's not a good idea. However, that is a new thing. Walkmans have always come with good headphones. I know that the X series comes with great headphones, which is very tempting. But the reason I chose to buy this device over what they're advertising here, the S series, which comes with the built-in speakers, is because I don't need to listen to music on some crappy like cell phone speakers. That doesn't interest me. And other than that, there's no difference between the E and the S series, so I only paid like $75 for this on Amazon.com. And I would recommend buying it on Amazon, because if you buy from the Sony store, they're going to charge you full price, which isn't a bad thing, because you do get the reliability of having it come from the manufacturer themselves, but you can get better prices elsewhere. So I would recommend buying it off Amazon or somewhere like that. Unless, of course, you're buying something that's really, you don't want to mess around with, like Sony Vaio or something. And there's no disadvantage to doing it that way either. They ship it just the same, and I still have the warranty here. As you can see, this is the manufacturer's warranty from Sony. I believe it does last like 6 months. And of course, it only covers defects, things like that. Not if you break it. You're not going to get it replaced. So here's the device. This is the Sony E-series Walkman. It's the black version, 8GB. First time of powering it on here. Looks to be a very slim, solid device, just like the previous one. It doesn't, however, have that steel border, and it's not as dense as the previous one I owned. So probably a slight degradation in quality, but I have paid significantly less for this one. But that is also because it is older. I bought the other one, it was new. So it looks like it's out of batteries here. Oh no, it's on hold. So it's going to format flash memory here. And it seems to have the exact same interface with the exception of the FM radio and The shuffle, I don't believe was a feature before. Yeah, it was. So the only difference we have here is the FM radio, which is very cool because, like I said, Sony Walkmans do have superior sound quality. So if you're like me and you have an auxiliary, input on your car's audio deck, you probably want to listen to your radio through this device instead of using your car's tuner, just because of that sound quality difference. So the interface is the same as it has been for the past few years. The screen is definitely of higher quality. In fact, the primary reason I replaced my old one is because I was bashing it up and all kinds of dust got in there and I couldn't see the screen in dust anymore. So yeah, and this is not a tutorial or anything like that, just an unboxing so you guys know it comes with the device. If it USB to mini USB cable, that's what you use to sync it to your computer. It's imperative. Don't lose that, although they are very common. Crappy headphones that you don't want to use. And paperwork. The most important thing out here is the start guide, which teaches you how to sync your device, and of course the warranty. And it's very self-explanatory, ladies and gentlemen. If you have Windows Media Player, you just go to the Sync tab on Windows Media Player 11 and plug this in, and it will automatically recognize it. In fact, let me show you that right now. Hey guys, sorry there were some technical difficulties recording from my desktop when I first plugged the device in, but it's really self-explanatory. All that happened was you plug it in to the USB device and it will automatically install the drivers. It won't do that if you don't have an internet connection already, so if you don't have an internet connection, I would strongly recommend you get one before you synchronize it for the first time. Other than that, I mean, all I did was I had Windows Media Player open when I did plug it in, and it automatically recognized it after the drivers were installed. What you do is you go to the Sync tab up here, and you come down to this drop list and you click Setup Sync right here, and it'll just ask you to name the device. That's really all. And for the sake of not having to deal with all the automated syncing every time you plug it in, etc., all I did was I went to my library and I selected all my files by using Control A, and I just dragged them to this list here, and then click Start Sync up here, and it will automatically start doing this. There's no compression going on here, no converting the way that iTunes will convert your music files to an incompatible format, unrecognizable by anything but iTunes or an iPod, which is very, very frustrating in my opinion. These are all MP3s or WMVs, very self-explanatory. Other than that, I mean, it's syncing like regular. I told you that you don't have to use Windows Media Player if you don't like. This is Windows Media Player 11, and I am using Windows 7 64-bit. Windows Media Player is very universal. You shouldn't run into any problems, with the exception of maybe Windows Vista. When I first started using Walkman, the new Walkmans about 2.5 years ago, I was running Windows Vista, and just the way that the operating system handled the networking, I did run into some problems with the driver, and I ended up having to install it as a USB mass storage device, which is like a flash drive, and then drag and drop my files that way. It was very frustrating, but I trust that Microsoft and Sony have figured that out by now. Other than that, I mean, let me just show you what it looks like. It's already got the icon installed and everything, and this is what the device will look like after you unpack it out of the box. If it ever doesn't look like this, that's not a good thing. If you get corrupted files or what have you, then you need to format the device, and it will reset it back to this setting. This is where all the music is saved. Okay, it doesn't want me looking at it until after it's done syncing, apparently. But yeah, I mean, this is what it's going to be like. It's very self-explanatory, very simple, very reliable device. It's fast. As soon as it's done syncing, it will tell you it's okay to disconnect the Walkman, at which point in time it will start to format the library
by itself, which shouldn't take more than a few minutes, but varies depending on how massive your library is. Other than that, I mean, there's really nothing else to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing and a little bit of troubleshooting tutorial here. Although there was no trouble at all, very happy with that. Of course, I wasn't expecting any. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below, and I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, and have a nice day.